Alright, what's up, fam? This is Daddy Hydro. Forgive me if I, like, mumble and shit sometimes, but I'll add subtitles or something clever. Anyway, let's talk about what I'm doing in Guild of Guardians. I'm sitting here and I'm, like, poking through shit, and I'm like, maybe I should explain kind of what I'm thinking and what's going on. So, that'll help you guys to understand kind of the game flow of this and how you should maybe build a little bit, at least think this way. Because if you're the meta type gamer and you want to get progress and one button shit, that's what we're about here. Um, that's the type of gaming that I can really sink my teeth into, and Boomland hasn't given me the opportunity yet. This game does. This is my shit, y'all. Like, for real. All right. So anyway, I've been lucky with polls. I believe in my black little heart that accounts are seeded upon creation, right? That's gonna apply to cryptography especially. That's what this shit's about. So I feel like I got a lucky seed. I ain't gonna lie. You might see some shit. Anyway, for now, early game, very early game. Um, I know that I need to be able to just plow through shit and make progress rapidly. Partially because I don't have a lot of time. I gotta focus on this thing and then make sure that all this other shit's going on. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It's on me. So, I want to make this easy for myself. And when I pulled Inara, that was like right away. I knew that I could build around her skill set. So let's talk about that first. Her skill set, she summons a storm among the enemies that explodes after a short time. She's going to deal double damage and knock them back, right? And it scales up very nicely as she levels. The percentages are good because mages hit hard as shit. I don't know. If I put this on YouTube, am I going to get in trouble? Anyway, her second skill, which is what she's going to cast first, summon a tornado on the closest enemy. She's going to deal 2.25 times damage and carry them in the tornado, making it so they can't move, right? And there's a lot of melee in this game. Good stuff. Her next cast is going to be The Skies Darken, and then for the next 10 seconds, lightning will strike the enemies. AoE damage, big deal. You want that AoE damage. Um, and if that's, they're all going to trigger their ults right around this time or get close to it. So you've got what she does here, right? This is a passive. This is always on. Um, Anything that is written as male in the game um, does this much less damage to her. Big deal because, well, you'll see. It's kind of cool. But it should be, you know, kind of obvious when you see it anyway. Next, Grizel, I've been very lucky with. As you can see, I keep, we'll talk about that. I'm not gonna make this too long. I gotta figure out. So we're at 3 minutes. Yeah, I can do like 10-minute chunks hopefully, and that's not too much. But these types of games require some thinking. You know, I don't give away all my secrets either. But we're talking about skills. So she popped out of a random shard. I have spent $3.50 on this game so far. So let's keep that real right now. I told you I've been lucky. Right. So she, well, that's another video. Anyway, she, at the start of combat, she's gonna follow whoever in your party has the highest combat power. That's actually important. If they die, she's gonna go to whoever the next strongest person is, and she's gonna be behind them. And the lower her energy, the less damage she receives, up to 50%. So that makes her kind of tanky. And then for her ult, she's gonna do this thing. You can see. All right. So we've got what's identified as a CC skill. These are very important because they mess with the enemies. So Target a random enemy and deal 225% damage as attack and magic damage, causing fear for 3 seconds. All they do is run around and they can't attack. 3 seconds is a long time. Here is her next neat skill. Hide and seek. She will teleport behind the enemy with the highest attack, who's probably kicking your butt if she's at this point. She's going to hit him pretty hard, and again, pure magic damage. And she will stun them for 3 whole seconds. You see how those kind of... Anyway, I'll leave that up to you. Last, she's going to create a link between herself and a random ally, and then they're going to recover half of her attack as hit points every 12 seconds. And that's always on. So, more heals are good heals. It can be helpful. Next, we need somebody that can take hits. And, I actually just pulled another copy for whatever good that does. None, I guess. For now. And my gear sucks. Again, another video. Earth Spike is going to merge into the ground, going to recover some hit points, and all of a sudden they're hitting ranged attacks. And then, while merged with the ground, the energy is going to be drained. For each 200 energy drain, you're doing true damage, right, which is ignores defense, basically. And that's equal to 10% of the enemy's lost HP. And you get more as it scales. The gear goes a long way towards making Grind able to take some hits, but most of the tanks are solid. And then we've got this imprint with the nature mark, and we're healing ourselves again. But the hardest thing for me to time so far has been this, and I think I'm just at an awkward stage in the game. It's not like I haven't been killing stuff lately. We've got a chance to res, but it's after some period of time. And if you win the battle before then yeah, you lose them. Tree. And then real quick, gonna talk about Flix because I'm running out of time. She's a healer, and she's an AoE healer, which is pretty good. Pretty simple skill set. You just want to keep her away from, dying. She's kind of tanky too, that helps. But she wears crap gear later. On that, pretty solid passive where you're just kind of always taking a little bit of healing. Where we at? 8 minutes? Alright, so, and then, my inspiration here, this broken, anyway, just pulled this guy. Check this out. It's kind of perfect for the type of battles that you go through in this game. That you have a lot of crowd control where they're not attacking you. If they do attack you, you can recover some of it. And, ideally you just bomb the crap out of her with the first chick we talked about. This guy also seems to do very good damage. He's level 1, right? Like I don't have any gear on him, so as you can see. And then, yes, 50% evasion increase. Like, I'm gonna make it so much further in this game. Alright, then we've also got here, another CC skill. As you can see, he's gonna stun them for 3 seconds. And it hurts. It's gonna hurt. Gearing is very important too, but for now, kind of make sure that you're reading everything, clicking everything, right? Like, every time you click one of these, you get 50 diamonds. I always tell people, like, figure out what does what. Like, why is that button there? Is there a button there? Dude, and read everything. Yeah, okay, we have no attention span, but, like, games like this, you at least gotta read the skills and know what you're building for. You can't just, like, throw things together and not think about their effects. Alright. And then finally, we've got the passive where he has a just flat 5% chance to like knock him across the screen. Could be anybody, but it's great. Like, I can't wait to use this. Anyway, my time is up. I did project 10 minutes, and I hope that was at least a good, like, that's where I start, right? So you don't have to do it that way. Um, but I recommend you figure out what does work for you and why, right? Like, that's putting the puzzle together is the fun part, right? Like, that's how we end up being able to kick everybody else's ass. Like, y'all wait. Anyway, this has been Daddy Hydro, and what did I say? I said just wait. All right.